So, I want to reveal the truth about how K-Rob versus Rammellzee came about. You know, I see a lot of articles, a little assumptions. And I said, well, they talking about me. Why don't I tell my story a little bit? You know, I was only 15 years old when I did that record. And I didn't even know Ram. You know, John swooped me up when he heard me one day, terrorizing the mic. He said, I need you to come down to the studio and just come down to the studio. So I grabbed my man, who's like my little brother, Tim Single. Tim, peace. I said, come on, man, come on, man. I'm going to do a record to everybody. I'm going to do a record. They looked at me like, because at that time, they didn't have no records. I mean, it was very, very few. People wasn't recording records. You know, it wasn't like the records out now. They be coming out all the time and all over the place. Now, it was rare to do a record. So I took my little brother with me, and we went to the studio. And I was in a farm. I walked into this big studio, top of the line, state of the art. And I'm like, oh, you know, John there with his dreads and shit. You know, excuse me, I didn't mean to curse. John is there with his dreads. You know, he got these musicians, violinists, you know, some famous bass player, I don't know. You know, a bunch of other people, you know. So he plays the beat. And I'm like, and it's just raw. It's just a 808 drum machine. You know, I'm like, and I'm like, okay. So it's just raw. And then, you know, like the violin is going in, the percussion is going in, and it started to come together. So it started sounding real funky. I'm like, this is a little different than what I'm used to, like somebody cutting up a record. I'm like, so John gives me a piece of paper, and Ram comes in, the legendary Rammellzee, and he comes in like a villain with a trench coat on. Check my website, you'll see him with that famous trench coat. He comes in like a villain, like tall. I'm like, you know, I'm coming from a, you know, MC approach. Like, who's this MC? Like, I mean, like, what's up? Like I don't know you, dude. You know, I don't need, but I'm cool. You know, and he's very eccentric. You know, like, but cool. And I'm like, okay. You don't seem like no phony. So John gives me a sheet of paper and gives Ram a sheet of paper, and we go in the room. And I guess it's on this piece of paper, he want me to say certain things and want Ram to say certain things. So what was crazy, me and Ram looked at each other, and I balled it up. It was like, and Ram was like, he looked at me. I mean, it was set up nice. He was over there. The mic was right there in front of us. He was over there, like, across the room from me. And we kind of like, it was kind of like the power of the minds, like, this is whack, I'm not doing that. You know, we coming from an MC perspective. You writing our rhymes, you are artist. You know, a well-known artist, but writing our rhymes, this is what we do. So all of a sudden I said, play the beat. Get funky into place. And it was just, and I just started flowing. And everybody in the room, just like I was in the park, like I said earlier, they just stopped what they was doing and was like, whoa. And I never heard Ram rap. I never heard him MC. And lo and behold, after I finished spitting it, like, he just came in like, this is the mellow Lake Hall of Rammell. And I was like, aha, that's crazy. And we was just flowing. And he was saying things that became, lines that became legendary. Like Def Jam. He's the first one to say Def Jam. Should have got paid for that. Remember that. He is the first one to say Def Jam on a record. Listen to the record. Go back to the record.